Hello everyone, and a whacking great thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already, I please ask that you do. That'd be lovely. Thank you very much. I've just gone through 2,000 subscribers. Now, I will acknowledge immediately up front that 2,000 subscribers in the grand YouTube scheme of things makes me a tiny little insignificant dot on the surface of this behemoth of a platform on which I put these videos, but to me, it means the absolute earth, and I think it's great for our community and for other people who have suffered or are suffering or are recovering from the same addiction that caused so much harm and so much damage to me personally and to my life. I will try and keep this video, because there's a few things I actually want to talk about sort of regards to the channel, but this is also just a big sort of thank you and a bit of a heart-to-heart with you guys. I'll try not to get too emotional. I'll try and keep it slightly briefer and less woke than a Brit Awards acceptance speech, which I made about halfway through that. How times have changed since the days of Blur and Oasis, eh? But yeah, I think the reason I'm so pleased with this milestone, albeit in theory, I guess, an arbitrary number, is because for a channel such as this, which is purely a approaching middle-aged, pasty, white, at this point sunburnt slightly, guy rambling about his gambling addiction and about his problems with a view to helping both himself and, now more importantly than ever, others, it's just not the sort of channel you would ever expect to garner any friction. I really hoped that I'd pick up a few people, and I remember in the early days getting a couple of comments on videos and some trolling as well, which was always fun, but getting a couple of comments, and I was there sitting on sort of 53 subscribers, and I'd look and I'd have 55, and it was amazing. You know, 2 more people had sort of jumped on board and were actually watching, you know, or at least I hope were watching the videos, and then one disappeared off, and then another one joined, and it was a roller coaster of emotions for a while, and I thought, well, no, I must step away a little bit from looking at these numbers so insistently. But 2,000 was a number that it was never going to happen, was it? I mean, I looked at the some of the other channels, people like Andy Margett, who I have absolute utmost admiration for, who was probably the first person, I think, really on YouTube to vlog honestly about his gambling addiction and actually log his progress through recovery. And I'm not comparing myself to Andy, because like I say, I think he made massive inroads on this topic and helped an awful lot of people. I know he doesn't do a lot on YouTube anymore, but he's gone off and he's actually helping other people in other directions, which is fantastic, and it's something that I kind of want to do in the future. And you know, he had, I think, 1,500 subscribers or something, and I thought, well, I'm never going to be anywhere approaching, you know, that sort of size of a channel, but as always, and I maintain this to this day, to be honest, if I can reach a few people, if I can talk to a few people, if I can help a few people, then that is what is important. And it sounds so... The problem is, whenever I talk about things like this, talk about the channel and stuff, I just find myself coming out with the same sort of wanky cliches you expect anyone making this sort of video would come out with. You know, thank you to you all. You know, without the channel, without you, the channel wouldn't exist. But it's true. As wanky and cliched as it sounds, it is so true. If you guys didn't subscribe, you didn't comment, and you didn't, you know, read my comments and respond to each other and help each other out and point each other in the right direction, then I would just be the same pasty, approaching middle-aged, white, sunburnt white guy ranting at his iMac, you know. So it's you guys that make this happen and make this work, and it's also quite critically you guys that make me do this. You know, my aspirations to be a YouTuber were 0. Funnily enough, they've actually grown ever so slightly. You know, because I actually enjoy, you know, talking about things. If I'm honest, I haven't enjoyed. And this is actually what I'm going to talk about next, is my favourite videos to make, and I haven't enjoyed making the last few videos. And the reason I haven't enjoyed making the last few videos is because I've been making videos that I think are important. The sort of the longer, rambling, introspective ones where I talk about my life and my experiences, my recovery and my addiction and my pitfalls and the damage I caused myself and my family and my finances and all the problems that I put myself through, they hit me really hard making them. You probably can see it in my face when I'm talking about it. But so they're not necessarily the fun ones to make, but they're the ones I think are most important. And I think a double-edged sword, really. That's not even the right expression. Double-edged sword isn't the right expression. I don't like the fact that when I scroll through my videos, the ones that I think are the most important, the most significant, and from my perspective a few years ago when I was gambling, I personally think would have been the most helpful to me, are very often the ones that receive the lowest number of views. Now, I totally get why that is. I totally get the algorithm. I totally get how appealing a video might be to someone. I think my most viewed video on my channel is the one about the fake streamer on casino grounds, and I get that. I get that because people will be searching for fake streamers, or even casino streamers, or casino grounds, or any one of these terms, and that video will pop up. And whilst part of me thinks that's quite depressing, also I think, well, actually, even if someone is looking for streamers, stumble across my video, maybe the wonders of the YouTube algorithm will throw another one of my videos in their general direction in the future. And if this person is gambling, hopefully maybe a bit of it might ring true. And whether or not they then go on to, watch any more of my videos or subscribe or whatever, then if they then maybe have a seed of thought planted in their heads from one of my videos, and it leads them on to do more reading, more research, watching more videos, getting in touch with organisations about gambling and gambling addiction, then that initial fake streamer video will have had a positive impact on someone. Like I say, I think in an ideal world, it would be great if, I could actually sort of push more actively the ones that I think are going to be most beneficial to people. But ultimately, people watch what they want to watch. It's the reason that I've got 2,000 very, very highly valued subscribers, and someone like the Bandit's got, I don't know, 60, 70,000. I don't know how many he's got these days. I don't think he's put a video out in about the last year, has he? I don't know. But it's because people want to watch certain things. And this is what I was going back to sort of saying. I was amazed when I got to like 100 subscribers, to be honest. But to get to 2,000 to me was almost, unfathomable because of the nature of it. No one's coming on YouTube to watch me ramble about my gambling addiction. But it turns out that actually some people do, and it's actually helping people. And do I know this because I'm a big-headed bloke? No, I know this because people are coming to me and telling me that it helps them. People are sending me messages, putting comments on, saying, look, you've helped me. And that really is the motivating factor behind continuing to do this. I did allude a short while ago to the fact that actually I quite like making videos, and sometimes something comes up, maybe in the news or pop culture. I just touched upon the Brit Awards there, and my God, I'd love to have come on here and ranted about all my thoughts and feelings about that absolute shit show that was the Brit Awards this year. But then I think, no, people watch me because they have an affinity with my experience and with my struggles, and to assume that anyone gives a shit about my personal opinions on popular culture or about the news or politics or whatever would be quite narcissistic of me, and also potentially counterproductive. So this is why anyone who's been with me for a while will know that I've talked about second channels. I've made second channels, and thank you. Some of them have got subscribers on them because I've asked you to subscribe, and then I've not actually done a video on them. I found an old channel I had talking about watches the other day, but I haven't put a video on there for 6 years. So if you're a subscriber over there as well, thank you very much. And I've toyed with the idea so much of making and maintaining a second channel. I did one which was kind of more of a ranty kind of channel, and that got a few subscribers and a few views, but I felt I was having to put on a persona, a caricature, and I would rather just talk as me. I was going to do one about my Range Rover, which I subsequently sold, so I didn't bother doing that. And then I thought, well, I could make car videos or watch videos, and yeah, I'm sure they'd get a few views, but I don't think they're really right. I'm really rambling now, sorry, but I'm just trying to explain my thinking, and whenever I say, and I put that poll out recently, and I said, would people watch me talking about other things? And a vast majority of you said, yeah, keep talking about the gambling, but we would watch you talk about other things. And the temptation to do that is very, very strong. But constantly, whenever I think, oh, I could make a video ranting about the Brit Awards, right? And I've got a lot to say. I then look at this pad I've got next to me, and I've jotted down something I want to talk about that's gambling related. And I think, well, I'll do that first because that's priority, and then maybe make another video a bit later on, and I'll stick it on either a second channel or here in a different playlist or whatever. And then that never happens because I spent a hard time making this video, and then I've got a life to be getting on with. So that's kind of me. That was a bit of a pointless video, wasn't it, really? But it really was there just to say thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like I say, it's such a cliche thing to say, but I never thought I'd get to 2,000 subscribers because, as I said, the nature of the videos, they're just not that clickable, particularly not when the last dozen thumbnails all just been a picture of my face. And yet they've still got quite a few hundred views each, and it's gained some subscribers and had loads of lovely comments. And for that, I'm just absolutely blown away that the support you've received. Obviously, you haven't subscribed already and you're interested in addiction and gambling recovery and looking at my sunburnt face that little bit more, then please do go ahead and subscribe. It would be appreciated. But until then, until the next time, please do stay safe. Please stay sane. Please keep watching. Please keep subscribing. Keep talking to each other. Keep building this community. And in the future, I hope to do more with it. I know I've talked about it a lot and done very little apart from, talk about myself and that a lot. But I do plan to. I want to keep it going because I think I've got to the stage now where I do have a tiny bit of power for good. And I really want to sort of capitalise on that. And I mean that in the sense of helping more people, not in the terms of actually capitalising, because I don't think there's too much of a market for only Phil merch yet. So keep safe, everyone. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Thank you again, and I'm going to go now and let you get on with your day. Sorry for wasting 12 minutes of your life. All the best.